Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to radio station EXP.
Hey, I'm here at LaSalle Market to demonstrate how we build high-performance homes. Why here? Because they use the same strategy to keep hot coffee warm all day long. Talking about thermoses. So for this demonstration, I'm going to boil some water, and then we're going to pour it into 3 vessels. Each represents a sort of form and strategy about keeping something warm. The first is going to be a mug. Mug is like a car. We heat it up to keep warm, but we don't expect it to stay warm. So a car's not insulated. So we'll see how that goes. The other is a teapot. Now this happens to be a teapot that's actually got some insulation as part of it. The thing about the teapot, though, is that it's kind of like the homes of the past. It still has thermal bridges and air leakage and things like that. We'll see how long that keeps something warm. Now, our thermos is like the strategies we employ to keep heat as long as possible. And I think we'll see that the strategy of this, super insulation, air tightness, and no thermal bridging, results in the ability to keep something warm for a really long time. You already know that, but let's see how the data comes out. So now the water is boiling. We're going to take the water and pour it into each of our containers. The mug, the teapot, and the thermos. Now we're going to take the temperature here in the mug, about 180 degrees. I'm going to set the timer here for 5 minutes, and we'll see where we are then. Let's just see, about 160. That's where our teapot is, really holding its temperature pretty well. Our thermos, let's see what, holding there at 180. 10 minutes in, and we're at 140. Teapot, let's see, we've dropped about 10 degrees to 170. Tested the thermos, let's see, we're staying toasty. We started out at 180, then we went to 160 here, held at 180, and we went to 140 here, and about 170 here, and the thermos still holding at 180. Now what we see if we graph this is that our mug drops off in temperature pretty rapidly and cools off over a period of an hour by 90 degrees. The teapot, on the other hand, which is insulated and meant to keep things warm, like our house of the past, still keeps it warm, but the temperature drops off over that hour by about 50 degrees. On the other hand, our thermos, which is like the high-performance homes we build, holds on to that temperature really well. Over the course of an hour, it's only dropping 10 degrees. So, now let's imagine what it's going to take to keep this up to temperature. If we need to fill our mug, we're going to need to fill it 10 times. If we're going to fill our teapot, we're going to need to fill it 5 times. But our thermos, we're only going to need to fill it once. That's the genius of the system. That is why we design for low loads, because it takes very little energy to maintain comfort. 1 fill rather than 5, or heaven forbid, 10. So what does all this have to do with houses? Well, if we think about the energy it would take to keep each of those vessels at temperature rather than seeing them drop off, and we thought of every time we had to fill them as $1 worth of energy, then to keep the mug at temperature would take $10 worth of energy. To keep the teapot $5 worth of energy, but the thermos only $1 worth of energy. And really, the strategy is as simple as that. Let's hold on to the precious energy and reduce the cost of maintaining our homes by being smart about how we use it.